guys, welcome back to my channel. I know that I have not posted a video in over a week, but today I am going to be making up for all of that. I'm going to be filming a bunch of videos today just to get posted so I have some content flowing on my channel. I feel so weird when I don't post videos in such a long time, even though I mean it's only been a little over a week. I don't know, I just don't like that. I want to have consistent content for you guys always. So today I'm going to pre-record a bunch of videos just to keep the content flowing for the next couple of weeks. So you might see this outfit maybe twice, but I'll probably switch it up because I don't like to have like the same outfit on in like a bunch of videos. I don't know, that's probably weird, but that's just me. So you'll probably see this outfit in maybe one other video. We'll see. I don't know. Today's video is going to be my first formal pregnancy update. This is going to be my 12-week pregnancy update. I just finished my 12th week of pregnancy, which is crazy because in a couple of weeks here, I think 2 weeks, right? I'll be headed into my second trimester, which is crazy. Like, I can't believe how fast that was. I feel like with Amelia, that pregnancy just dragged on forever, and it's so crazy that I'm already headed into my second trimester in a couple of weeks here. So today I'm just going to cover how I've been feeling in week 12 and what was going on with baby in week 12 in terms of like development and stuff like that. So without further ado, I guess we should just get right on into it. So I did take some notes from my pregnancy apps, which is Pregnancy Plus and Ovia Pregnancy. I did take some notes from those and I put them here on my iPad. So if you do see me, glancing down, I'm just looking at my notes, girl, and I'm just trying to inform y'all of what is going on because I took some pretty decent notes. I mean, there's only so much going on this week, so I tried to get all the really important key things going on. So now I'm going to talk about everything, I guess. So this week, baby's size is about the size of a plum or an apricot, which each pregnancy app says something different. I think Ovia stated that baby was the size of an apricot, and then Pregnancy Plus said plum. Either way, they both said that the length is 2.13 inches and the weight is about 0.49 ounces, which is very, very tiny still. Baby has a lot of growing left to go, but it's definitely a step up from being a little tiny like sperm cell, so that's really exciting. So now let's get into some of the fetal development going on inside. So it states here that baby is able to kick, bend, and stretch, and they are finally getting their reflexes. I guess the nerve endings are like forming and they're getting reflexes now, which is really exciting because it's like they're so small and now they can move, and it's like they're so tiny and just moving around in there, which is really adorable. Even though they are able to move now, their movements aren't in response to anything. So their movements are just random and sporadic. They're not moving in response to anything, they're just moving just to move. Also, baby is practicing breathing by inhaling the amniotic fluid in the womb. If you're not familiar with what amniotic fluid is, if you've never been pregnant, or if you just got pregnant for the first time, the amniotic fluid is your waters, which do break right before birth or are broken right before delivery. So that's what baby is living in, and that's what they're breathing, or not breathing, what they're inhaling to kind of practice breathing for when they get out the womb, which is really weird because that's like their environment, that's where they live. Their skin cells and everything are just floating around in there, and they're just like taking it all back in, which is really weird but cool at the same time because they're practicing basically how to live in there, and that's awesome. It's getting very dark, which I just noticed, so my ring light is kind of going to start kind of taking up the slack for the lack of sunlight, so it might look kind of dingy. It's just starting to get dark out of nowhere, so sorry guys. So anyway, baby's kidneys are starting to function and they are starting to build up waste. And when they say waste, they mean they're building up their first poop, which is called meconium. And if you're not familiar with meconium, if you've never had a baby, the meconium is their first like poop, and it's like basically black and it's really thick, and it's just it's so gross. Like guys, when Amelia was born, her meconium was like so nasty. Like I'd change her meconium poop diaper and then she pooped as I was changing her, and it was a lot. Like it was so much, and it was so weird because it's like, how is that coming out of this little small baby? Like how is that much poop coming out of this child? So that's what this little baby is doing now inside, building up their meconium, which is nasty. The last really important one that I wanted to touch on is that baby's heartbeat can now be heard on a fetal Doppler, which is the kind of mini one that if you've been pregnant before, you know, those are the little ones that they kind of do on your checkups, your weekly checkups or your bi-weekly checkups to check baby's heartbeat. And it can also be heard on the ultrasound. So before about 11.5 weeks, baby is so small that the sound waves of their heartbeat cannot be picked up on an ultrasound or a fetal Doppler. So now the baby's getting a little bigger, their heartbeat can be heard on either, which I heard baby's heartbeat on a fetal Doppler at my appointment, which was really exciting, but we'll touch on that in a second. I moved up a little bit because I feel like it was so dark back there, so maybe, you know, now you guys can see my face a little better. But anyway, that was all of the like important factors that I wanted to touch on and let you guys know about in terms of baby's fetal development. So yeah, now we can move on to mommy's symptoms and mommy's emotions and mommy's cravings and all of that good jazz right now. So in terms of symptoms, it's been basically the same since I got pregnant again. Nausea with or without vomiting, except now and during week 12, it was mostly just when I first woke up, I would get sick and then I'd eat or something and then I'd be fine throughout the day. In the beginning it was just kind of me being sick throughout the entire day at any time. So now it's getting a little better, which is great. So that's, you know, basic by the book pregnancy symptoms for me. I am, of course, very fatigued. I'm always tired. I can sleep forever, but also the fatigue is getting a little better too. Like I can actually, you know, have energy throughout the day to do things, and that's good. My appetite is basically non-existent. I never really want anything to eat because everything is just ugh. Also, something that's basically been the same is my high sensitivity to smells. I just don't like the smell of things. Anything bothers me, any scent, especially when I'm cooking. Like the smell of food cooking just gets to me. I gag violently. Amelia's pee diapers, Amelia's poopy diapers make me gag. Anything, like anything. It's just, it bothers. I'm very sensitive to smells with this pregnancy, I feel like, even more than with Amelia. I was sicker with Amelia, but I feel like I didn't have like such a sensitivity to smells like I do now, which is annoying. One symptom that's been new is the increased vaginal discharge, but it's basically just was in week 12 and now it has like kind of ceased. It was just like a lot of like creamy white discharge or whatever, so but that's stopped now. And yeah, that's basically it in terms of my symptoms. Now I'm just going to touch on cravings a little bit because I haven't really been craving anything. Like I said, I barely have an appetite, so I've barely been craving anything. And when I do crave anything, it's salty foods or potatoes, like anything potato based. French fries, mashed potatoes, anything with potato in it I've been wanting. I don't know why. That's just what I've been wanting. Like potato chips. I don't know. It's just, that's really all I've been wanting is potatoes. So that's been weird. That's been interesting, I guess. But that's basically it for cravings. I really don't. I don't even want to eat but I have to or else I'll be sick. Yeah, guys, that's basically it in terms of like symptoms and like baby development. So now I wanted to kind of touch on my doctor's appointment. I did have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, September 27th, and it was just like your basic first pregnancy checkup. They checked my breasts for lumps. They checked my vagina just to check my cervix and everything and make sure everything was looking good down there and nothing abnormal. They checked my height and weight and all that good stuff, basic stuff. I did have a bit of a UTI going on as well as another infection, I feel like, and I don't know why, but it's the same infections that I had with Amelia. Like when I first got pregnant with Amelia, I had an infection and it was the same 2 infections that I have now. I do have to call back though so they can deliver my medicine order to my pharmacy so I can go get my antibiotics and get my system just cleared up of all that infection and whatnot. So that's basically in terms of my doctor's appointment. Went really well. I did have a different midwife for this one because my normal doctor was like on vacation or something, but at my next appointments I will have her and him, which are, I had 2 doctors and I still have 2 doctors, so I'll have her and him at my next appointments. But she was just someone that was there because the other doctor was out of town. So she was a really nice lady though, and yeah, she was lovely. Oh, they did check baby's heartbeat with the fetal Doppler, and it was in the 160s, which was really so cute and exciting. It never gets old hearing your baby's heartbeat for the first time, or just every time you hear it. It's music to the ears. It really is. Guys, I think that's really it that I have to talk about for week 12. I'm not gonna do a bump shot just yet because I don't have any type of belly going on. All I have is my flabby mom belly that just looks normal, I guess. I'm not gonna get a bump for a while, and I already know that, so I'm not going to even post any bump shots for a while, probably until I'm 20 weeks. That's when I started getting a belly with Aliyah. Maybe it'll be different this time, I don't know. But once I do start getting a belly, I will show you guys. But right now I don't really have a belly, so that's not really necessary right now. So yeah guys, that's gonna be it for this one. Comment down below if you are pregnant. Let me know how far along, what symptoms you are feeling, if you're excited, because I am very excited about this baby, and I hope you guys are just excited for me. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you don't miss any of my future updates, along with my other uploads, because I do have a bunch of them coming for you guys. I'm filming tonight. I'm going to be filming tonight. I don't care if the lighting's not going to be the best, but I do want to get some content for you guys because I just don't feel right not posting as often as I should be posting, I feel like, because if I'm going to do YouTube, of course, I'm going to do it with 100%. So I'm going to film a bunch of videos and get them up for you as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.